my head high. I got my wings to carry me.
What's going on, people? It's a beautiful Saturday. Beautiful, beautiful Saturday. It's funny. I committed to do this live. And then the boo said, hey, pool party tomorrow. And I was like, I'm torn. But see, I really wasn't. And then a situation happened, which Jalen Ferguson, I freaking love your face, sister, okay? I hope you're having fun at that pool party. It's something that needed to happen. And we're not going to get into that. It's just one of those, you know how people always say, everything happens for a reason. And sometimes you don't understand. What up? You don't understand what that reason is. What up, Twist Head? But a situation happened, and I said, you know what? This is perfect. I need to exit because I honestly need to have my brain where it needs to be, which is getting ready for this 4:30 live. And what's going on, Jonathan Alexander? Hey, bub. And I immediately knew what I needed to be doing. So I just separated myself from the situation and found my quiet place to finish up my notes and things like that. So, what's up? Hey, Houston. What's up? Yeah, I was bumping some J. Cole. No, I do not own the rights to that music. I always like to throw that out there so that they don't have any reason to try to take my videos down. No, that was Mr. J. Cole. The name of that song was Apparently. Man, I love him. Like, a lot of y'all know his mainstream stuff. But if you actually took a moment to listen, that cat is, whoo. If words had two meanings, if you never believed it after listening to some of his stuff, you'll be like, damn. But I titled this, I am doing great. It is hot. I am on a patio. I've had one alcoholic beverage today. And that was legit 10 minutes ago because I have been, I'm just going to give you, like, you see that? That's actual, hold on. You see that? Like, this is what I've been doing today since my feet hit the floor, which, mind you, I bartended last night. Yeah, see that? Pages. So I got links I'm going to drop. I chose to do this live, and I was like, do I want to do this live? Because if I keep getting interrupted, am I going to lose my flow? But I think once I get into it, I'm just going to see a lot of shocked reactions coming up and things to that nature. So I'm going to get my phone ready and queued up because I'm coming at you from my tablet, but I've got my phone so that as I'm saying this stuff, I can drop you the links. So, let me get on these other times now that it's rolling. So I can get in this comment thread. And some of you have already seen the title. The Boule Secret Society. Or as I like to call them, AKA the Bullshit Squad. Yes, people, they are real. It's a real thing. There's a yang to every freaking yang. For everything good, there must be a bad. So if there's white Masons, Freesonic Masons, I'm sure there's black ones. But see, this is shit they don't talk about in Black History Month. They don't teach all this stuff in school. Ever. Never, never, ever. They be like, hell to the nah. Like, I mean, I'm going to bring up somebody in here that I know a lot of y'all remember his name. Mr. E.B. Du Bois. Or known as Webb Du Bois. William E.B. D. Du Bois. Okay, co-founder of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, I'm not even going to get ahead of myself. I'm going to run through this line by line because I'm not going to be here all day. It's my only day off. I didn't mean to get into this, but hey, here we are. So, I mean, let's talk about it. Why does Black America feel like they have no roots? Why do they always feel like they're searching? I mean, most Black Americans know what they are, but they don't know who they are. And I can understand that. Because if you just keep going by what they spoon feed you in school, boom, also known as Sigma Phi Phi. Thank you, Bills. Thank you, Miss Rebecca. See, it was funny. Growing up, like, I would hear about Greeks this, Greeks that. Then I got into junior high, and, you know, you've got all your different little things in your letter jackets. And I really never got into all that. Yes, I played sports. Yes, I ran track. Yes, I played volleyball. Yes, I cheered. Yes, I did gymnastics, swimming. I did all that stuff. I competed. I did pageants. Some of this shit I didn't even ask to do. Parents trying to live vicariously through their kid, but whatever. It still gave me a balance and a training in something that I did end up enjoying. I got some learning out of it, so it was what it was. But sororities and fraternities never interested me, which, by the way, let me make this known. I've never been a part of sorority or fraternity. I have many friends who pledged as soon as we got to college, and I'm just looking at them like, I just can't get behind the fact of paying for friends. But I think, you know, as I also was in college, I would look into other things, like the other sides of it, because everybody sees, you know, the media front that they have to put on. I mean, they need to be able to advertise to bring recruits in. It dies if no new people join. Kind of like reproduction. If you don't keep reproducing, the race will eventually die. So, I was like, this shit just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it. Nothing about it feels right. So then I would look into it from the other side. But see, I still was in a day and age, even though we had cell phones, information still wasn't as available. Like, you might look at the one thing that locked you out of your entire fucking account for the rest of the school year. So you still had to kind of be careful. Couldn't do it when I was at work. I mean, I worked for a brokerage firm. They tracked every little thing I did, so I really couldn't get locked out there either. Or I would lose my job, as well as credibility and everything else. So some things had to come to a pause. Some things came to me later. Some things, people would tell me, hey, you know, since you feel that way, you should look into this. And I'd be like, it's a book, and I want to read. But now I'm at a place in my life where I got to work to make money. But then I still want to go hang out with my friends, which, like, right now, I'd rather be at that pool party. But this is where I'm supposed to be, so. And I've always been that way. I know when I need to do what I'm supposed to do, because then my rewards are real cool. My fun time is that much greater, because I actually can relax. So, I said, I just really don't like these things. Like, sororities and fraternities, they just feel very, Did you all know, first off, there's a book, and it's written by Dr. Wesley, a black man who don't even 33rd degree level of Mason. And you know, I posted something one day about that whole, which, don't get me wrong, how George Floyd, no person should ever die like that, okay? In fucking humane, unnecessary. But I posted something about his tattoo and blah, blah, blah. Some things that people and myself had been looking at. And so my immediately came back. Well, he'll never be 33 and a half. Well, no shit, Sherlock, because he's black. But he's still a Mason. So, like, let's talk about that. We weren't even there yet. Let's finish what I just said. Al Gore didn't invent the net yet. I'm done. Travis King, you are a nut. But, you know, we do have the Prince Hall Freemasonry. It's a branch of the North America for African Americans by Prince Hall. Prince Hall, he was a person of color, but he wasn't from no Africa. He was from Barbados. Boom. Moved to Boston in the 1800s. Was forbidden to join the Skull and Bones Secret Society at Yale University. So that meant if he over here doing all that, he probably was what they like to call mulatto, which is, I'm a mix, but I'm gonna run with the whites as long as everything's all right. You're a race traitor, but not really. You're bettering yourself. You're using it to your advantage instead of as your crutch. But you also used it to hold your people down. Because watch this. I got a little color, but I ain't never been invited to none of these motherfucking things. Ooh. But guess what? Every black person you see on TV making millions that's sitting at home real quiet right now telling y'all, stay home. Less is more. Stop the spread. They ain't saying shit else except what they pre-recorded before all this shit fucking started. Are they? No, not really. But I bet you if you start doing some Googling for yourself, all of them belong to some black fraternity or sorority housed under and protected by the Bullshit Squad. The Boule Secret Society, for those of you just catching up. Okay? And you ready for this? It was founded and funded in 1904 by white money. The Rockefellers. Yep. John, yeah. The Rockefellers. That's who funded it and started it up and created the fucking Boule Secret Society and appointed the first 9 men. Black men. Which, Dr. Henry McKean Minton, he was one of them. Then you got Dr. William E.B. Du Bois, which in Black History Month you hear about him all the time. But y'all do realize Du Bois he's a sellout. He's a sellout. I knew he was a sellout a long time ago. He played both sides against the middle. He went as white or whatever he could be because it bettered him. But he also was very self-conserving. He studied and believed in the possibility of improving quality as a human species and population. Discouraging reproduction by persons having genetic defects presumed to have been inheritable or undesirable traits. So basically, excluding people or groups judged to be inferior while exalting and uplifting what they felt was inferior. That's what he was all about. Did you know that? But see, they don't tell you that Black History Month. Just like they want to shove Rosa Parks down your throat. She wasn't the first one to do it. She was just the most marketable one. She was the one that the media couldn't slay. She was the untouchable one in the civil rights movement's eyes. Like Dr. King. Yes, he said some amazing things. He helped push some things along. But he was a puppet with them too, who was disposable and expendable. And who wasn't perfect, because he was a cheater. Prove me wrong. So, people of all walks of life are capable of always being human because ain't none of us robots. But we all want to get wrapped up in everything they've been spoon-feeding us in school. Why have you never stopped to go look for yourself? Again, some of this stuff is new to me. A lot of this stuff is a refresher to me. Because it already interested me a long time ago because something about it disgusted me then. I just couldn't put my finger on why. And I didn't really have the time nor the care to because it wasn't inconvenience to me. Sound like a lot of situations you guys are starting to see and come aware of. You're like, how did I not see this? Because it was not part of your path at that moment. So get unstuck from the why and get tuned into, okay, but I'm here. So now what can I do? What perspective am I seeing it from? What can I bring to the table? What can I bring to myself? So quit wondering about what you could have, should have, could. Obviously, it wasn't meant for you to be in that then. But you're here now. You're here now. So be where you are now. You guys realize that there's just so much. So much. So I'm just going to drop you links here in just a second. Because with everything else out here, I'm just like, I can't. Because these are all things I was dealing with. This is why I can't have a conversation with most people. Because most people they know enough history to know that they're right. But not even to realize that they're kind of fucking wrong. And I'm just like, when you come at me with what everybody else can tell me from a textbook, we can't talk. I'm already bored. Because when I tell you this next thing, you're going to be like, you a liar. Okay, go look for yourself. Just like sometimes rainbows appear real close to the ground. Saw one the other day. The prisms, all in how the light, yeah. Might have been a day you didn't pay attention in class. But here's what's even more interesting about the BSS squad. Do you realize they protect 9 families? And listen, their emblem, I'm going to drop a picture of it. You know, their little Sigma, whatever. Y'all go Google LeBron James. He's got it tattooed on him. Oprah Winfrey, she's a part of it. Any prominent black that's still standing, that you definitely ain't hearing a lot from right now, has been in it, around it, near it. That's why Hollywood ain't easy to break into. If you can't be manipulated and you can't be controlled, they don't need you. They just need your talent because it's marketable for all it's a cover for all their bullshit that they do in the free time. Because a lot of this shit don't take as much time as what y'all think to put together. Just saying. But the BSS squad protects 9 families to this day. I'm going to throw a couple of these family names out there, and I'm going to go ahead and cue this up to drop this picture. Because, I'm going to have to screenshot it. Because we got the Warbird. You do realize that's the family that created our Federal Reserve unit system. You got the Oppenheimers. Hell, Julius R. Oppenheimer, he's the father, he's one is known as the father of the atomic bomb. You know, the great quote, I am become death. Boom. Oh, you know who else? The Rockefellers. Rothschilds. They're Jewish bankers. They're at the top of the list, actually. The Assassins. Now, you ready for who they are? Again, if anything ever happens to me, I love my life. They're the first family that got the lock on the global drug trade. To this day, they control half of this world's drug trade. And y'all do realize at least 40% of our GDP, that's gross domestic product, depends on the trade of legal and illegal drugs. Y'all wonder why we still been warred on drugs since the 80s. They had all of them. They were all together. Y'all don't watch the shows on Netflix. They let y'all have they let y'all have it all. You know why? Because it's past. Y'all forgot about it. But we still technically in a war on drugs. They still ain't won it, even though they know where every one of these motherfuckers are. They can't. Because see, it doesn't matter if they shut us down. It doesn't matter if mom and pop doesn't go to work. Because see, when that shit quits moving, when that 40% goes, that's when the U.S. economy falls. So yes, Big Pharma and your local meth dealer on the corner are the reason our economy won't fall. Hell, look what went up. Look what went up. They're going to do a news article. This was a waste of somebody's time. He must have been a junior journalist. Since quarantine, people have bought weed and alcohol. No shit, Sherlock. You done gave people a shit ton of money, a limited amount of time off work. They don't even need to figure out a lie to get up early while they still sick. Probably didn't even go to bed yet to fucking call in. Y'all done gave a perfect excuse. You said, you're not essential. You get to stay the fuck home. Okay. Yes. That's what we've been waiting on. But we silently. But hell, now I'm going to enjoy it. Of course all that consumption went up. When people are in crappy times, they do things that make them forget or feel better about themselves. Reason why Mary Kay was able to become what she is today. She happened during a depression. It was an in-house thing. Some women got together to make each other feel good and empowered. Hey, I got a tip. Bam! Now I'm a $1 billion motherfucking company. Yeah, that's what empowerment does. It grows. You see, we got the NAACP and things like that since the day it's been damn born. It ain't done nothing but hide and play shadow games. So I'm going to kind of retract the statement I said when Jamie and myself earlier this week did a joint live. And I said, the NAACP had... No. Racism will die as soon as they die. As soon as the NAACP ceases to exist. From the moment they began in the shadows. They began out of manipulation and not for the good. So listen, I know I promised you 30 minutes, but it's going to take me a good 10 to send you these links. So I'm going to put them in the comment thread. Send this one out. I want this one to reach. Because see, we got a lot of black Americans running around mad. You mad at a bunch of crab effect people. People that have been keeping their foot on your head this whole time. I ain't mad at them, you know why? Because I've always done my thing. Ain't nobody held me down. And they won't. And they're not about to start now. Nor am I about to be quiet. Because see, y'all running around mad, divided. Yes, black America, I'm talking to you right now. You're running around looking like a bunch of ignorant people. that have no sense of grounding, no sense of roots, no sense of self. That's what you look like right now. You're starting arguments with people with shit that ain't even, it's like an nth true. You wouldn't know the truth if it slapped you, turned you over, gave you the best sex of your life, and then lit a cigarette and made you a ham sandwich and left like you wanted them to. You still wouldn't know it. You need to sit down and you need to learn your history. And you need to learn past what they fucking spoon-fed you in school. And parents, I implore of you, in every damn race, get it together and quit worrying about the school system. You're quickly realizing they wasn't doing their job any damn ways. Hell, they all got paid while y'all was stressing to get everything done. So, y'all enlighten yourselves and start raising more enlightened, free thinking. Let me go look past what you just gonna put on my plate. Because I'm gonna tell you this. There's a lot of my friends that miss dessert. All because they didn't ask a question or go look a little bit further. So, keep hope alive. Wash your hands, drink your water. It's Saturday. It's 4:50. I'm out. I'm off. I'm going to get these links in there. Like I said, enjoy your Saturday. Because I'm about to go enjoy what is left of mine. Because my little brain, my big brain, it hurts. It hurts. And I'm pissy. I'm pissy because I want to be in the pool. But it's not like even it's just kind of like, I got a test tomorrow, so I have to do the studying. Because see, had I went to the party and stayed, I'd have been frazzled when I got here. I'm going to drop you these links. Anything you want from my notes, shoot me a message. I didn't even get in all of it. You know why? Because if I start, we're not going to stop. Because then I'm going to start looking down. And then I'm going to like interact with y'all. I haven't been ignoring you. I'm catching stuff. But this was something that, yep, I wanted it on live. I did. I wanted it on my tablet. I'll transfer it over to YouTube later. But, yep. Because, see, you got so much division and ain't nobody actually learning nothing. So, if Black America doesn't learn one thing today, go to Google and just see where your favorite black star that you just love. See how they got their start. See who their baby mentors were. See who they was running around with in college. A little bit of homework never killed nobody. You might actually ace a test without trying. Y'all have a blessed Saturday.